What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another week of Ryan's Radar. It is April 15th, 2024. My apologies for not posting over the last 2 weeks. Had some major changes in our life from living situations that I told you guys about a month ago to new routines and new habits being formed, meaning we had to release some of the old and put some new stuff in. And with that, it just makes it interesting to kind of move around and see how things move. So, I believe we have all the dust settled, and I think we're going to have a solid routine moving forward. I'm really excited for what the future holds, and I think you guys are going to be excited as well. So, some quick updates for those of you that are following the channel or just following the free, analysis in general from wherever you're watching it. We have Nerva that is out right now. We had the calls that just got called this morning. This thing has been a beast, and I believe we found a specific setting for it that has been absolutely killing it and aligning with our supply and demand zones perfectly. That I think you guys need to be taking a look at. If you guys have not tried this out, get ahead and get a trial on our main site. I'll give you guys look in the description. There should be a link that goes over how to do it. If you're not sure, go and join our Discord. The Discord will show you exactly what to do on how to get a free trial. But if you guys are actually really wanting to take this seriously, there's a cool update I cannot wait to share with you, and it has to do with our affiliate program. We are going to be releasing something that no one has ever done, in my opinion, because of the way we are, that the way we operate. Honestly, no one has ever done what we're about to do in the way we're about to do it. And we have lifetime packages where you guys can be a part of that. So for those of you that have the funds, have the seriousness, and you're really looking to spread this out across your networks, I think the lifetime package is going to be something for you. So get it while it lasts, because as we progress with the more that purchase, the price increases, because as we go further along, the value is just going to get more and more. And obviously, that's going to increase the value of the package. So get it while it's cheap, because you get any and all updates that come afterwards and you never have to pay again. So with that being said, let's take a look at what we're seeing for today for EURUSD and GBPUSD. I just got done doing the paid analysis for all the pay members. So basically, EU and GU are pretty much the same. So EU finally were pushed down hard enough into a weekly demand that it has not touched. Um, well, it's actually, is this the one? Yes. Yeah, this is the weekly demand. So this is the weekly demand zone. It came into it, and now we're about to see price go a little bit further into it. And if anybody has ever watched the weekly demand zones or any of these types of demand zones or supply, price doesn't just hit a weekly and then just go right back up. It usually will go further into it. So I believe we're going to see price drop a little bit further down into these other demands. And I do believe we will see price shoot further, even further into this untouched daily demand zone that I don't know how fast it'll get hit, but I do believe we will see it shoot further down. Now, on a short term, that could mean price just kind of shoots straight down overall, or that could mean price shoots back up for a pullback, and then we'll see a continuation push down. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. It all depends on the momentum of the market, but I can tell you, based off of this structure that I'm seeing right here, a lot of people are probably saying, "Oh, look, it's a W, so let's take a buy, right? Because you're at a low, sell at a low." But I can tell you right now that that's not what's happening. Price doesn't do this for a reversal. If anything, it does it for a slight pullback. We'll hit a demand zone, hit a supply zone, and continue down, or it'll just consolidate where it's at and then just shoot straight down. The momentum is clearly bearish, and you want to ride that. I made the very dear mistake of trying to buy on a bearish market early on to catch the reversal. And trust me, if you catch it from here and it ends up going up, that's really good. And that's why people like to do this, because they want to say, "Oh, look, I caught the buy while it was down here." But we don't like to do that. We want to make sure we get the momentum or ride the momentum wherever it's at. And I believe we are going to see continuation pushes down. So let's see how this plays out. Your best bet is to just wait. Obviously, this is the London and New York session pair. So just wait for price to kind of show what it wants to do. This isn't the pairs that I'm looking at right now, just because I want them to play out a little bit more. But I can see price kind of pushing up just a little bit and ultimately coming back down for London session. We do have some news here during New York. If we take a look right, where are we? Let's say the 15th. So if we go to tomorrow morning, there is some other news here. Well, no, it's 7:30. So we have medium. YOY, I can't even know what that is. I don't really care. I don't trade the Canadian. They have CPI. And then we have building permits for New York session and whatnot. But the major thing is that Canadian's about to have a crazy day, and that affects all dollar pairs because it's basically the same shit. Like, oh, it's not going to be like all the US pairs are going to be fine. No, this will move the whole market just the same. So be on the lookout for that for those sessions because it's going to cause a lot of momentum, a lot of volatility. But I do think that if you are looking at bearishness, you're going to be in the green. So take a look at here. Well, no, I can't do that. Here, so GU, if we look at here, we go to the weekly. GU came down and finally broke out of a weekly range it's been in since November. Is this the weekly? No, I'm sorry. That it started here in December. It got down, finally touched that weekly demand that it started back in uh, November last year, and then there was a daily aspect to it that started right here that was in November of last year as well. So all of November is just finally coming down. It broke out of that range, and now we're about to see price push down a little bit further. And just like I said for EU, when price is hitting into these bigger time frame demands, that doesn't usually mean they're just going to immediately reverse. That usually, excuse me, that usually means that we could see price pull back a little bit or consolidate, but ultimately continue down with the overall momentum. I don't see this going back up. I think it's still too soon. It hit the daily demand right here to end the New York session, or right in the middle of New York session. But I think we're going to see price. Oh, I'm sorry. It hit the daily demand here, hit the weekly demand during the New York session on Friday, came back and retested this 15-minute demand it formed in the same period. And now it's just consolidating. If there's anything about what anybody has learned from anything I've ever said, if you pay attention, anytime price hits a demand or supply, it will either do two things. It'll consolidate and continue through it, or it's going to bounce off of it and reverse. In which case, it's not reversing, it's more so consolidating. You can see that from here, just like on EU. This is not a reversal pattern. It is a consolidation pattern. This is what a lot of people think is going to be a W, but it's a fake out. That's not going to be a W, in my opinion. I think this is going to be something of this and a continuation down, or we're going to see price just kind of shoot straight down again after a little pullback. But that is what I'm seeing personally. I don't think I'm gonna, like I said, I'm still going to wait for the pairs to happen to move during London and New York, but I'm riding that momentum. Ride the momentum down. It's bearish all the way. There's no point in taking buys unless you're like a scalper and you're just trying to get in, get out. That's a whole different story. But I do believe we are going to see price continue to push down further into London and New York session. And if it doesn't, it's just pullbacks. Ride that momentum. Take it with you, especially in these higher demands. It's not worth it to try to buy it immediately, even though it's part of the rules is never sell in demand and never buy in supply. This is a thing where based on the time frame you can do that. So if you're looking at like a 15-minute time frame like right here, I wouldn't just sell it because of the fact that it's right inside of this daily demand, but it's also just touching this 15 demand. So that's right near. I would wait for it to maybe get up to here to be more refined, more accurate area of interest to then sell it for the most optimal pips and most optimal entry. But that's what we're looking at. I'd say your best bet is looking for sells and you'll ride that momentum out. I mean, there's really nothing else to say. Take a look at it. Be on the lookout for the analysis tomorrow. Let's see how this stuff plays out. And guys, if you've watched all the way through, be sure to get involved with Economy. Check out the links in the description. Get involved. Ask questions because we're about to be massive on a level that people have not done yet. And I think you guys are going to be really excited for when you see what comes out. I'll leave it at that. Everyone here have a great night. Talk to you soon.